It's the Line Makers on Sporting News, presented by Jack Daniels. Folks, it's Cleveland and Denver coming up on Sunday with Rick Hare and Brian Blessing here at the Line Makers on Sporting News. As always, we thank you for stopping by. We've got Denver up to a 13.5-point favorite. A game that opened 12.5. The total of the game is 44.5. All of a sudden, New England loses to San Francisco. Denver, who had lost to New England, was kind of up against it. All of a sudden now, Rick, they control their destiny for a first-round bye.
Yeah, and they've won 9 in a row, Brian, but honestly, you know, they beat the Bengals during that stretch. They beat the faltering Ravens last week, okay? And otherwise, the other 7 wins out of that stretch are all
Raiders, Chiefs, Chargers.
They're all against teams with losing records on the year. John Fox of the Broncos is already on record as stating, we are not resting anyone. We are not resting anyone this week. We are not resting anyone next week, where our goal is to get better every game. And they're still playing for the 2 seed, like you said. So,
Plenty of motivation. The one thing I will say, the Cleveland Browns, you know what? They play hard. 7-2-1 against the spread in their last 10 games on the road because, and it's a perfect example, I think you're seeing a vastly inflated number. The other thing, 18-7 to the over are the Broncos in their last 25 home games, and that includes Tim Tebow.
Yeah, exactly. And now it's Peyton Manning. But, that's my concern with the Browns. Now, the Browns are 8-5-1 against the spread on the season. But
can they keep pace?
Can they keep pace, and can they keep this game close? They won 3 straight before losing last week. They gave up 329 yards passing and 2 touchdowns to Kirk Cousins last week. Now they get Peyton Manning. And he's not going to sit. He's not going to rest if they get a lead. So Trent Richardson's really tough. But can they keep it close? That's the question.
Well, and the one thing, and we've seen it in recent weeks from Denver, they get a lead. Marino's now giving them a running game. And how dangerous does that make Manning?
And it's also the Denver defense. Their defense has been terrific all year, and it really has. And I'm not looking to see the Browns score a lot of points. So, in my case, if you think if they're going to keep the game close, the Browns are going to have to semi-shut down the Broncos' offense.
Denver, a shot at a first-round NFL bye in the playoffs. Because the Patriots lost to the Texans last week, they're asked to lay 13.5 at home, hosting the Browns. Total on the game currently sits at 44.5.